We are literally days away from the start of the 2021 NHL season, and there are so many questions surrounding every team in the NHL that there's just way too many questions to cover. What team is going to be good? How will the divisions look? How will Canada look? What are the teams going to look like in Canada? Who will come on top? Blah, blah, blah. So many other questions. But the big question that I want to talk about is the potential with the Winnipeg Jets within two players specifically, Patrik Laine and Nikolai Ehlers. Now, the reason I want to talk about these two players in particular is because I feel that they could potentially have their most breakout year coming up this season. And I'd like to take a few minutes to explain why I think that. Now, overall, when we look at both these two players, Patrik Laine and Nikolai Ehlers, they're fan favorites. They're very, very good, young, talented players. Nikolai Ehlers has committed a good portion of his young career so far to the Jets, and by signing a good contract with the Jets as well. Patrik Laine, again, taken second overall, had amazing seasons, a 44-goal season just back in 2017-18. One of the best young players in the last few years. Definitely a ton of potential with him, but a lot of disappointment at the same time within the last few years because of the fact that he hasn't been able to reach that 40-goal plateau again. But when you look at both these players, there's one thing that screams out more than anything else, and that is potential. And when I look at the Jets roster moving forward into next season, moving forward with just generally how the core looks, I think that this is the year where they finally find their footing, they finally find Jet Elite's consistency, and they really break out as all-stars in the NHL. Taking a look at Patrik Laine in particular, when you look at Patrik Laine's stats, obviously he's a fantastic, fantastic player with a lot of offensive upside. But in the last few years in particularly, he's become more of a power forward in that sense. And I don't say that in particularly the fact that he's more not a offensive-based guy anymore, but he's learned how to play the body more, play a little bit more of a defensive role, if you would say that, if even calling what he does defensively. But it's important to see progression like this in a player, and it's stuff I like to see. Now, I've been on Laine's defense for a very long time within the last few seasons, especially from 2018 to last season as well. But the fact being that he had 30 goals in 2018-19 and only 28 goals in the shortened COVID season as well in 2019-20. But overall, when I looked at Patrik Laine's game, I saw improvement in a lot of different areas on the ice. I know Patrik Laine can get 40, 50 goals in a season because of his offensive potential and his elite offensive goal scoring. But what I like seeing is his other sides of his game develop and change. And I saw that a lot with Patrik Laine. And I feel like this year, with all the rumors, the contract speculations, him wanting out, being rumored, all the agent drama that happened in Finland in the summer, all these things I think is really going to light a fire under his ass this year. I think he's going to come out wanting to play for a good contract or play for a really good trade. He wants to show that the Jets can get assets back for him or whatever that whole situation is, but he wants to show that he's the best player that he can possibly be this season. And I definitely think that he's going to really prove that this year, and I definitely think we could definitely potentially see a 50-goal season from Patrik Laine. I don't think that's out of the question. He had 44 goals in 2017-18, and he finished, if I'm not mistaken, second in Rocket voting, only behind one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, Alexander Ovechkin. I think this year, in a shortened season against Canadian teams, I think Patrik Laine could absolutely dominate the Canadian division as one of the best offensive players in the league. I think he has all the potential to do it. I think the team and all of his, everything's lining up well for him. I think that he is in a great situation right now to really prove himself, and I really expect that. But the other really big surprise for me is the potential of what Nikolai Ehlers has, because when you look at Nikolai Ehlers, he's been nothing but consistent in his time with the Winnipeg Jets so far. In his 2017-18, he in 82 games played, 29 goals, 31 assists, 60 points. In the following year after that, in a shortened season due to injury, only 62 games, 21 goals, 16 assists, 37 points. Again, 37 points in 62 games, 21 of those being goals, is not bad for a guy coming in, being only, I believe 3 or 4 years into the league at that point, and he had a very good year nonetheless. You get into the next year in the COVID shortened season, in 71 games played, 25 goals, 33 assists for 58 points, and he definitely would have passed 60 points from the 2017-18 season if there was not a shortened season due to COVID. Nikolai Ehlers had a fantastic year last year and was very underrated in his play, and a lot of Jets fans wanted to see him promoted to that top line, which is something that we could potentially seeing. As it stands right now, with only about 2 days into training camp, Nikolai Ehlers has been confirmed to be playing on that top line over Kyle Connor, which is something that I, in particular, and a lot of other Jets fans have been asking for a very long time. And I think that it is a good opportunity for him. I think he fits that top line amazingly with Mark Scheifele, and I think that it would just be really good for his play style and its offense in general. I think he brings a lot of high tempo. He moves the puck insanely well. Is one of the best puck-carrying skaters with that speed, probably next to McDavid. And I know that sounds like, whoa, you're crazy, but when you watch Nikolai Ehlers play and come up from behind his own net, through the neutral zone into the offensive zone, and the way he carries the puck, the way he protects the puck, uses his body to protect the puck, uses his stick handling to protect the puck. It's very, 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 very elite style of play, and it's something that not a lot of players can do, and he has that ability to do so with that speed and with his body to protect the puck, and that's something that I want to see Nikolai Ehlers do a lot more. Bring the puck in through the neutral zone and make that breakout play to elite players and get that shot on net, because not only has he got great puck possession, he is a fantastic offensive scorer, and he brings a lot of playmaking as well to his game, which is something very important for a guy. He's a very, very, very complete and underrated player in the NHL, in my opinion. Always has been since his rookie season and his sophomore season. He's been one of the most consistent younger guys in the league, and gets shined down a little bit just because of the fact that he's not, that elite numbers, 80-point seasons, but he's definitely one of the best top 6 guys in the league, in my opinion, because of his speed, his offensive upside, his passing, and all the other stuff he brings to the ice. And when you put all that together, the fact that Laine could have a great season, Ehlers could have a great season, the fact that Stasny is going to be coming back to that top 6. A lot of people are saying that Stasny is washed at this point in his career. He's nothing more than an overpaid third liner, and I understand that because of the stats, and I'm not going to deny it. Based off of what we saw last year in Vegas and what we saw, even in the year before that, I would say his play has declined since his year in Winnipeg without any question, but I still think Stasny coming back with a little bit of, rejuvenation to his play style, playing with younger elite talent. Even though he had elite talent in Vegas, I feel like he's going to be given every ample opportunity to succeed. I feel like he has very good connection with Laine and Ehlers. I feel like he's got very good connection with Mark Scheifele and Blake Wheeler, as well. And I think that there's just a really good possibility that he has a renaissance year and could get 60 points as a second-line center in the top 6 if everything clicks. I know that seems like an overstatement. 60 points in a limited season seems like a lot, but I definitely think that there is potential for him to have something on par with that type of season. I think he could really, really, really be that missing piece in the cog that we've had in the offense, and especially in the top 6. I love Brian Little. We all know that, but we definitely think that this could be, I definitely really think that this could be a really good move for the Jets moving forward. With all that being said, I definitely think that, without a doubt, Patrik Laine and Nikolai Ehlers are going to have probably some of the best seasons out of the Canadian division, to be some of the best players out of the Canadian division this year. But again, let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. What are your guys' thoughts on Patrik Laine and Nikolai Ehlers? Do you guys think that they're going to have great years like I do? Do you think they're going to, maybe not be as good? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. If you're brand new to this channel, you just found it way browsing across on YouTube, and you're a fan of hockey, regardless of what team you root for, definitely consider dropping a sub, as we are on our way to 500 subscribers, and I do appreciate all the support you guys give the channel. With all that being said, guys, peace, love, and positivity. I'm going to end the video here. Go Jets, go!